No matter how you slice it, everyone loves a piece of homemade pie, and I'm usually first in line. Judith Choate, author of the Great American Pie book, is here to prepare the pie that she's best known for, chocolate chess pie. Thank you for bringing this recipe in. I have such a sweet tooth. I can't wait to get this started.
Well, to start, we have to make the crust, which everybody is always a bit afraid of.
Right. Now, Judy, I would probably go to a store and buy the pie crust.
Well,
So
you can do that. Everybody can do that. But this we call Mom's Flaky Pastry. It's my mother's recipe. It was her mother's recipe. It's 2 cups of flour, a cup of vegetable shortening. You could use butter. You could use lard. You could use whatever you want.
what do you prefer?
Vegetable shortening.
Okay.
I think it works better. I think it's, I don't know. It's what do I know? It's what my mother used, and that's what I use.
And that's the point of this. Pies are an American tradition.
Yep. And actually, my mom was taught to make by her mother, who was Scottish.
Oh.
And she said it was the only thing her father ever said nice to her, is that she could make a pie just like her mother.
There you go.
Let's get this. And the only modern convenience, of course, is I've done this in a food processor. Okay. We mix it up, and then we put just a bit of ice water. Some people use hot water. This hot water pastry, I was taught to use ice water, and that's what I've always used.
Okay, and that works for you.
Right,
So.
and you'll mix it in here until it forms a ball.
Uh-huh.
The one thing about pastry that makes it flaky is if you don't touch it. So the great thing about food processors is you don't have to have any body heat in it. Okay. So we're going to do that. This would make enough for 2 crusts, a bottom and a top. But we have the miracle of modern kitchens, and there we have a finished crust.
Any tips for rolling it out, putting it in the pie tin?
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
It doesn't work for you, too. I love that. That makes me feel better.
And when it doesn't, I just put it, and I stick it, and I poke, and I push, and it fits.
And the nice thing is that we're putting all the stuff inside. So, okay.
So then we have to make the filling.
Okay,
Let's come over here. The filling is real simple. It's probably the most basic of pie fillings. It's, in this case, a whole egg and 2 egg yolks.
A chess pie. Now, I remember at Thanksgiving, my mother would make a pecan pie, and then for my sister and I, she would make the pecan pie, leave the pecans off, and she called that a chess pie. Is that what it is?
It's actually quite similar, except that a pecan pie would have molasses, where chess pies don't. Put a little water, which I've done, and then the interesting flavor here is vinegar. The vinegar is the great offset to the sweetness of the sugar.
Oh.
We're going to have to mix this just a little bit. I don't want to be too noisy here on the set, but there, we'll just do that little bit.
Here, can I help you out?
That.
Sure.
And
I'll be ready.
If you want to just keep going, I'm going to throw in some sugar. I'm going to throw in some cocoa. I'm going to throw in a tablespoon of flour. And then I'm going to throw in some butter. And we have this really basic.
Boy, that's not much at all.
Nope.
As far as ingredients.
And the wonderful thing about this filling is that you can use it as a cake. You can use it as little muffins.
Oh,
you can
just
do
like this?
any number of things with it. When you taste it, you'll understand why. You can do all those things.
Now, you can make different kinds of chess pies. Here's a chocolate chess. What are some of the other kinds of chess pies?
Lemon, vanilla. You can put nuts in them, as your, which is really the pecan pie. You can make orange. There you go.
How's that?
That's great.
Good.
Then we're going to take that over.
And we're going to lick the beaters
later.
Yes,
of course, we're going to do that. And then we're going to put it into the pie shell. Excuse me for having my back.
I can't wait to try this. I have such a sweet tooth, boy.
Well, I think that this probably, more than anything else, can fill your sweet tooth. I think we sort of got not quite as big a filling as we want. We bake this at, let's see, we'll sort of put it in the miracle oven.
How long do we bake it in?
For 35 minutes. And then you get this.
Oh, this is great. Here we go. Now, as we're cutting this and trying it, you know a lot about the history of pie, and this, as I said, it's a great American item to eat. So I need my fork. Here we go. Okay, tell me about pie safes.
Pie safes are an early American piece of furniture that were built usually by the man of the house with a wire enclosure, like a hutch would be.
Okay.
Only that wire enclosure was made to keep the pies safe from hands, from flies, and you even get a bit of strawberry.
Okay.
The reason I put the strawberry on here is that the pie itself is sort of plain. It's sort of the plain J in the pies.
As far as looking, yeah.
As far as looking, but for taste, I think you'll really like this.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like fudge in a pie.
That's exactly what it is.
That's wonderful. Now, pies don't have to just be for dessert.
No, they can
What
be
are some other things that we
chicken
can...
pot pie. Everybody remembers that, even if you went to the store and bought a frozen one. Beef pies. You can make vegetarian pies. You can make hors d'oeuvres. You can make anything you want with a pie crust and a filling.
Tell me about the dedication in your book.
Well, the pies were taught to me by my mom, by my aunts, and everybody that I loved as a child taught me how to make a pie. My Aunt Frances made the best lemon meringue pies, and all those ladies are gone.
So you've dedicated your book to all of the women that taught you how to do such wonderful things. Thank you so much, and you're going to join me
well,
in just a moment. Okay. Now, don't go away, because the recipe for this chocolate chess pie is coming right up. And you can also get that recipe in our newsletter. And we'll be right back, so don't go away.